1. The Boiling River, Peru. Deep in the heart of the Amazon, hidden beneath a canopy so dense sunlight barely cuts through, there's a river that shouldn't exist. The locals call it the Pishka, boiled with the heat of the sun. But the truth is, this river boils even on cloudy days. The water reaches nearly 200 degrees Fahrenheit, hot enough to scald flesh, yet there's no volcano, no geothermal vents, nothing to explain it. Scientists found it by accident, and even after testing soil samples and thermal patterns, they're still scratching their heads. A river that shouldn't boil, does. It's like the earth has a secret, and this river is letting it slip, one steaming current at a time. 2. The Devil's Kettle, Minnesota, USA. In a quiet forest in northern Minnesota, a waterfall splits in two. One half crashes down like normal. The other? It drops into a deep, dark hole and disappears. No trace. Scientists poured in dyes, ping-pong balls, even GPS trackers. Nothing came back out. It's called the Devil's Kettle for a reason. It swallows water like a trick of the earth itself. Some say it reemerges miles away. Others whisper that it never reemerges at all. A natural plumbing system we can't trace, or something more. If water, the most studied substance on Earth, can vanish in plain sight, what else are we missing? 3. The Hessdalen Lights, Norway. Night falls over Norway's Hessdalen Valley, and the sky begins to flicker. Not lightning, not UFOs, at least, not the kind anyone's been able to identify. Just orbs of light, hovering silently above the land. Sometimes they drift like lanterns. Sometimes they zip like they're being chased. Scientists have been trying to study them for decades, but the valley answers back with silence and static. Whether balloons and electromagnetic monitors pick up, nothing. Locals are used to the lights now. Some call them spirits. Some say they're watchers. You don't chase the lights here, you wait. And wonder. 4. The Zone of Silence, Mexico. In the desert of northern Mexico, compasses spin, radios fail, and animals vanish. This place is called the Zone of Silence, and it's earned the name. NASA once launched a test missile that veered wildly off course and landed, coincidentally or not, right in the middle of this barren land. Since then, it's become a hotbed for stories, electromagnetic anomalies, mutated wildlife, and eerie echoes where there should be none. Scientists blame iron-rich rocks. But that doesn't explain why planes detour, or why people report lost time after passing through. It's as if something beneath the surface isn't asleep, just waiting. What do you think? Magnetic glitch, or something not quite explainable? 5. Lake Anjikuni, Canada. One freezing night in 1930, a fur trapper arrived at an Inuit village by Lake Anjikuni, and found it completely empty. Fire still burning, food on plates, sled dogs tied up and frozen. Not a single footprint in the snow. It was like the people had vanished mid-step, mid-thought, mid-life. Authorities investigated, but no bodies were found. Some said it was a mass migration. Others whispered of abduction. By who or what, they couldn't say. No one ever solved it. The only thing left behind was silence. Not even the dogs had barked. 6. Fairy circles, Namibia and Australia. Stretching across the desert plains are circles, thousands of them, perfect, bald patches of earth surrounded by grass. From the air, they look like crop circles left by an artist with OCD. In Namibia, the locals believe they're the footprints of gods. In Australia, they just call them strange. Scientists argue, termites? Natural gas? Plants managing their own water use? But none of the theories explain the patterns, the spacing, or why they appear in completely different ecosystems across continents. Sometimes, nature draws with precision we don't understand. Or maybe something's drawing for her. 7. Mount Roraima, Venezuela, Brazil, Guyana. Rising out of the mist like the remains of a forgotten world, Mount Roraima is a real-life tabletop mountain surrounded by sheer cliffs so high they trap clouds. Its summit is like another planet, home to plants and animals found nowhere else. Time seems to move differently here. The rocks are some of the oldest on Earth, and yet the formations feel carved, deliberate, as if someone shaped them before we ever existed. Climbing to the top is possible, but once you're there, the silence is so deep, you start to hear your own thoughts, too clearly. Science can explain a lot, but every so often, the Earth reminds us, not everything is ready to be understood. And maybe, that's the point.